Episode 1, The Turnabout.
It's raining tacos.
Oh. Damn it. Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Boy, am I nervous. Right! Wait, right! That's Mia. Oh, hi. Oh, hiya, Chief. Oh, wait, I don't know what she should sound like. Whew, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you and your client as well. Thanks? Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. You want me to move myself? Well, I'm reading all the text. Jeez. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over. My life, everything, it's all over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. I don't know. Why is she wearing a 9? Maybe we'll find it out. Or is it a 6? Is it a 6 and it's upside down? Yeah? Yeah? Death, despair. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick! Oh my god. Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell him I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over! I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't! Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did that? Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. It doesn't seem simple to me. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her, Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. His last name's Butts. Larry Butts. Hey everybody, my name's Butts. Larry Butts, and I do this. No relation. No relation to Seymour Butts. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. You don't know this guy? Well, you know, yesterday we were stabbing people in the butts. So, I don't know what that means. In the 23 years I've known him, that's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, is it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That I owe him one, which is why I took the case to clear his name. And that's what I'm going to do! Sorry, I'm a little enthusiastic. August 3rd, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 2.
Hey, court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous.
Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness.
Yes, Your Honor. Hand shaking, eyesight fading.
The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this trial.
Let's pick ourselves. The defendant is me, right?
Have you completely lost your mind? Focus.
The defendant is the person on trial. You're his lawyer. Oh yeah, right. This is no laughing matter. You did pass the bar, didn't you?
Sorry, I couldn't hear your answer. I'll ask once more. Please state the name of the defendant in this case.
Oh, it was Larry Butts. The defendant, well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor.
Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name?
Oh, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's, wait, oh. No way, I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up for this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I, just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Wait, should we do that to get? Cindy. It's Cindy? Cindy Butts? No, it's his girlfriend. Is it just Cindy? Like, just Cindy? Is that it? Cindy? Just press tab to check it out anytime, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please? I'm begging you.
Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case?
The victim's name is Cindy Stone.
Correct. Now, tell me, what was the cause of death?
She died because she was... I'm pretty sure she was hit with a blunt object, but we'll look. Cause of death due to blunt object trauma. Yeah, I was pretty sure about that one. She was struck once by a blunt object.
Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed.
I'm defending this guy pro bono. It sounds like it. It's my first case. It'll determine my career as a lawyer.
You seem more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure.
Well then, first, question for the prosecution, Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor.
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what the object was?
The murder weapon was the statue of the thinker. It was found lying in the floor next to the victim.
I see. The court accepts it into evidence.
Statue added to the court record. The statue in the shape, it's rather heavy. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the court record frequently.
Man, I could go for a tab right now. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand.
Chief, what do you do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate.
Like that he's guilty?
Like he just said to me? Yeah, let's hope he doesn't say that, because I'm pretty sure he will. I think this is the trial, the show you how the game works case. Uh-oh, Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad.
Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim has recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Kim Punch, and Mark Anthony.
Didn't they all die?
I was a dump. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She just had returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it lies. I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
The victim apparently arrived home from Paris at 7 on 7/30, the day before the murder.
Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder.
Dude, no way.
The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies.
Daddies? Sugar?
Liddy, can you get this sugar daddy off my back? Yes, older men who give her money and gifts.
No, sugar daddy's a candy. It's like a candy.
She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Dude.
We can clearly see that what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now?
Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in the wrong directions. Should I stop him from answering? My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case.
Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog? I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite.
Oh boy, this is so not looking good.
Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not?
Oh.
Well, did you or did you not?
Well, maybe I did, and maybe I didn't. Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there. I went. Order! Well, Mr. Butts, dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, like, I didn't see her.
Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
Lying?
The prosecution will like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who was your witness? The man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
He's probably also the murderer.
Order the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand.
Sawit? Swit? Sawit? Yeah, he's the murderer!
Mr. Sawit, you sell newspapers subscriptions, is this correct?
Oh, yeah, oh yes, newspapers, yes!
Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw the day of the murder.
Witness testimony, witness's account.
I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it was strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving. Dead. I quailed in fright and thought myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to the nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant sitting right over there. Harry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Are phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Shawit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Okay, electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Okay. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes? Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor? Alright, Wright, this is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key, it's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find a contradiction between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness' face. Literally, I push it into his face and rub it. Okay. Open the court record with tab, then point out the contradictions in the testimony. Alright, here we go. Cross-examination. Alright, let's see. Oh, I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw the man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Let's see what we've got. Alright. Isn't a man leaving an apartment a common sight? I find it odd you would take notice of him. I don't know. He just seems strange to me. That's
that's all. Like, he was mad and yet frightened at the same time? Just like a criminal fleeing the scene of a crime. The defense requests that the witness refrain from conjecture. Of course, what the witness means is that the man he saw looked suspicious. So what happened next? I'm gonna press on everything. Half open, you say? Yes, the door was open halfway, yes. I watched for a moment, but no one came to close the door. That's odd in a big city like this, I thought. I see, and what happens next? Thinking it's strange, I looked inside the apartment. I wanna ask what he saw. What gave you the idea to do that? Well, the door was half open, you see. Isn't an only human to want to peek? We climb mountains because they are there. That's the same thing. Truer words have never been spoken. Anyone would look inside. Why did Payne cut him off so quickly? So you looked in the apartment. What happened then? What else did you see? Are you sure she was dead? Well, no, I guess I wasn't. But she wasn't moving at all, and there was blood everywhere. I guess that would look fatal to anyone. Very well, what happened next? I'm just gonna press on everything. So, you didn't touch anything in the apartment? Yes, I mean, no, nothing. Okay, what happened next? That doesn't seem unusual. I don't think I should press on that. I thought her apartment wasn't working. Yes, I mean, no, it wasn't working, right? But you said you didn't go into the apartment, or did you? Oh, that, I can explain that. There was a cordless phone on the shelf in the entranceway. I reached inside and tried using that to call, and that phone wasn't working, correct? What happened next? I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. Okay, where was this park? Why use a public phone? Well, you see, I don't have a cell phone, and being the middle of the afternoon, there was no answer in the nearby apartments. Ah, right. What time did you call again? I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. But there was a blackout, wasn't there?
Objection!
This evidence, let's see if that works. How exactly is that evidence and the statement now related? They aren't, are they? Not at all. Mr. Wright, please think the facts over before making accusations. Oh, I got a negative thing. Oh man. I remember okay. What else we got? I don't, there seems to be almost nothing here. 1 p.m., are you certain? Yes, absolutely. He seems really confident. 1 p.m.? Right, doesn't that seem strange to you? There's some evidence to contradict him. I don't have any! What evidence do I have? Oh, her time of death was at 4 to 5. Oh.
Objection!
You found the body at 1 p.m.? You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was nobody to find at 1 p.m. How did you explain this 3-hour gap? Oh, that.
This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Shawit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright.
Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one and the whole story falls apart. I'm so good. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? No, you can't redo it. Look, he's gonna re-testify. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a tape program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about that misunderstanding. Oh, I can count out contradictions in that. The power was out. I see. You heard the voice saying the time on a tape program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do. You've got this one. Yeah, I got this one. I got it. I got this one. I got it. I got this one. Are you sure it was a television and not a radio? Well, no, I guess it could have been a radio. Incidentally, there was no radio on the premise. There was only one large television. Right. I can't put my finger on it, but something about this seems fishy. Something about the hearing the television. The witnesses testified. He heard the time.
Objection!
Hold up right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery, and this record proves it. You couldn't have heard the television or a video. The defense is a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Shawit? No, if I find it quite puzzling myself, quite.
It's raining tacos.
Oh, wait, I remember now. Mr. Shawit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Shawit. There's no text, I'm reading it all. So, you know. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Hearing the time. Alright. What you got this time, buddy? Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock on the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. Well, that doesn't even make sense. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. It's an investigative adventure game. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon.
Objection!
Objection! Wait just a moment! The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was a statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? What? Your objections and your evidence? Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Shawit. Hey, I saw it there, okay? It was a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne. As the witness stated, the statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud.
As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now? Yes. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock was to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah, prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I'll prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Shawit, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never, look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw. Shut up, I hate you. It was him, I tell you, I saw him. He killed her and he should burn, give up death. Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I better think it thoroughly. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Shawit heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply... The hell? Ask the neighbors. All you have to do is talk to the victim's neighbors. Talk to the victim's neighbors? I'm sure one of them heard the clock tell the time when the incident occurred. I see. Does the prosecution have anything to say, Mr. Payne? We have already made all the necessary inquiries. Everyone living near the victim's apartments was out at the time of the murder. Furthermore, even if a neighbor had heard the clock, it would not prove that Mr. Shawit had heard anything. That is true. I believe you may be wrong, Mr. Wright. You'll receive a penalty for that, unfortunately. What? Well, whatever! That's BS! Try sounding the clock. Oh, it'll say 1. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? You ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a very strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:20. It's 11:25. Ugh! As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between Mr. Shawit heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Shawit, try to talk your way out of this one. Yeah. You forgot one thing. Oh, what's he talking about now? While it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing! How do you know it was running 3 hours slow the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case! That's right. How am I gonna prove that? Damn it, I was so close. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, that ends this cross-examination of Mr. Frank Schwitt. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. You lawyers are all slime. Grr, I almost had him. Sorry, Larry, I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Did I lose? Not so fast, Mr. Shawit! Chief. Listen up, Mr. Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right, Mr. Wright? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Wait! Maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, Mr. Wright. Yes, I think I know why. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There's a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ah, tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the court was running slow. It's this.
Take that!
The victim had just returned home abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 o'clock p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Shawit, or should I say, Mr. Did It? Alright. Order, I say. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness, he was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. That bond took him out. Yeah. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have to say I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. Yay for confetti! And with that, the court is adjourned. It turns out that Frank Shawit was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Shawit let him in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Shawit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3rd.
2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. We did it! We did it! Whew, I still can't believe we won. Right? Good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief? I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end in such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief look this happy. Cleaning up confetti sucks, yeah. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good, wait. No, I mean bad. Bad, bad, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts. Alright. Alright. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat. Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick, and she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you want to just cry? Larry? Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Right? Do you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Wait, huh? Oh yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? What is she talking about? Oh, I guess that.
Take that!
Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about the clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she's probably just needed a clock, that's all. Think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, why the hell would you take the clock if it's so damn heavy? Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Why is he calling me Nick? Really, I am, thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. There. Right? Or, right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. She was murdered with your clock. Yeah. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry.
Why did she call him Harry?
His name's Larry. If you call him Harry, then it's Harry Butts. You were saying part of why I became a lawyer was because of him? Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends. But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave me, I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. The end. That was episode 1. Now we're on episode 2. That wasn't the end of the game. That was the end of the episode.